Messages, no.
No, put it on live chat. Oh, you mean on your cell phone?
Yeah, it was on all messages.
Yeah.
Or on top messages, and I just changed it.
Wait, am I on do I have my Wi-Fi on? I better. I'm going to have to test this. Good evening, everyone. Vinny, let's...
Lagging. I said, ooh, my phone was lagging.
Why don't we...
No, it's not.
Vinny, let's you and I test it, okay?
Okay.
Good evening, everyone. Pardon us while we do a little technical this and that. How do you want to test it, Vinny? I'll just count something down, but I'll do my fingers as well.
Okay.
And then you count how many seconds. I guess. Well, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I'm like 5 seconds behind here, so I have to refresh it.
That's not bad. 5 seconds.
Yeah, it's not terrible.
So you and I are about 5 seconds apart.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be too bad. Let me turn my Wi-Fi on. Maybe that'll help.
And everybody can test it as well. Good evening, everyone. We're just sort of testing the lag. What's that song? Toeing the line, testing the lag. Who sang that? Toeing the line. I can hear that song like from the 70s. Who sang that?
You're not thinking of "Hold the Line" by Toto, are you?
No. That's from the 80s. There was a song in the 70s and it had a really good like electric guitar, toeing the line, line. And I want to re-sing it and say, testing the lag. I don't remember. I don't know. I don't remember who sang that.
Tommy James?
I don't know.
Dragging the Line, Tommy James? I don't know.
Was it Dragging the Line? It was Dragging.
My brain's not all there.
It was Dragging the Line, huh? It was Dragging the Line. And it had a really neat, like, wah, 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 guitar kind of a thing. No, Toto was from the 80s. Well, late 70s. And then they had their number one hit, Africa. And then, what was the other one? The Rains Down in Africa. And then Rosanna, 1981. That's it. You're hot and humid already, Philip? That ain't no good. We ain't got no humidity here. Not really, not yet. It was chilly this morning. It was chilly this morning and breezy. So, hello, Margaret and Jody and Hoosier and Carmen and Sharon and Em and everybody. It's 8:03 and it's 8:03. And it's just another Monday night live sale tonight. Ooh. I've got some stuff. Now, I know I did a lot. I posted. Oh, Vinny. Hey, Vinny's here. Hi, Vinny.
Hello.
Vinny is where he lives. I am where I live, and Vinny will be calling the shots tonight. Vinny has his own channel and does auctions. Most of you know the Vintage Vinny. If not, we'll let him. We'll bring his face on during intermission and let him give himself a commercial. So I want to thank Vinny for doing that tonight. Some reminders, I guess, if you're new to the live chat, everybody is welcome. I mean, the live sale. Don't feel like because you're not a regular, you can't jump right in there and be, no, I love my regulars and I love my new folk. Everybody is welcome. If you don't have a PayPal account, you can still bid on something. And if you win, just let me know that you don't have one so that I know to send you an invoice as a guest. But no checks. Does anybody write checks anymore? No checks. I'm not set up to do it any other way than PayPal. So I ship from Philly, Jersey. In fact, I just shipped a whole bunch of stuff from Philly today. I was right across the river, and I did all my shipping from South Philadelphia. Now you got that song stuck in your head, dragging the line, and the line, the line. Remember that? You remember it now, Vinny? It was before your time. I was a kid.
I don't think I've heard that one, or maybe I have, and it's just like when I'm out and about and I didn't know who it was or who sang it. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. My computer went to sleep.
Woo! You don't have
good.
a checkbook, Bonnie? Yes, you write checks. They're wonderful gifts one time to get. Well, that's true. Oh, I remember. Well, let's not get into that now because we're going to start the sale in 5 minutes. So you will then, if you win something and you're new and I don't already have your information, you will write to the, did I spell my email address right? Old Curiosity Shop 99 at yes, I did. You'll send me your name, shipping address. It's kind of helpful if you tell me what you won. And the reason for that is I've got a Marilyn Smith and a Marion Smith. I've got 2 Valerie M's. I'm starting to get 2 Joan Smiths and 2 Gloria Clapsaddles and so forth. And sometimes I don't know who is who. So if you tell me what you won, that should help me. Might have to go to numbers. I know you use numbers, Vinny. Right?
What?
I know that you use numbers.
I use numbers for flat prices. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just for anything. It's helpful for me. Might be helpful for me to start doing that. So the shipping is extra, but I use pirate ship so I can ship it to you as cheaply as possible. That might be priority mail, but it might be a slow boat to China, as the old song went. I've got mid-century. I've got Art Deco. I've got Depression glass. I've got it all, and I've got some. Boy, I've got some things you haven't seen before. Some of the stuff is, pretty typical. We've got a few pieces of EAPG and a picture frame and some of this and some of that. But I think you're going to enjoy the sale tonight. So whether you're watching at home on TV and just relaxing, enjoying, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're here to bid, welcome also. I did do a preview. Now, I don't always do the preview. I think I'm probably one of the only YouTubers that actually tries to do a full preview, or at least show you 50% of what I'm going to sell. But I can't promise that I'm always going to do that, because sometimes I don't know until the day of the sale what I'm going to sell. So I did a preview earlier today, and I know some people will see the preview after the auction is over, but it doesn't always line up perfectly in YouTube land. So, Vinny, what am I forgetting? You want to say anything? What are you snacking on? What'd you have for dinner?
I didn't eat because I came home and laid down as soon as I entered the door. I do ask that, especially for those who are new, we do try to refrain from chatting while offer up/auctions are going on, because this chat flies really fast. So I do just ask that we tone it down while the offers are going, because I don't want to have to scroll and spin my phone like one of those wheels on Wheel of Fortune just to find the last offer, because I've made mistakes before because the chat was moving so fast.
It's easy to do and hard. So that's just a courtesy call on Vinny's behalf. And I appreciate that, because then that way when the bids are rolling in, he can find them easily. So the screens are tiny. Even on your computer, it's tiny. Make sure that you hit refresh. Make sure you're in live chat. And don't forget, if you see something you like, place that bid. If you wait until the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you may miss out, because there's always something like a 3 to 8 second lag. Sometimes it's 15. I mean, sometimes you never know. It all depends on everything, the way you hold your mouth. So if there's a really bad lag and you're holding your mouth like this, then move your mouth like this, and maybe the lag will go away. I don't know what else to tell you. How else do you make it go away? You just hit refresh.
Refresh, or if you're on your phone or something, you can hit that little gear and it'll show you like the speed.
That's right.
And then playback speed, and then just hit ×2 and it should catch you up.
Well, thank you so much. And thank you for the thumbs up
Oh,
that
I
we
thumbed
have.
it up. Okay.
And we've got 288 here watching right now, and it is 8:10. Let the fun begin. So we are going to begin tonight's auction, and I'm looking for an opening bid of $15. And I've got for you a set of 4 of these cute little mid-century Hazel Atlas glasses. And these are 4.5 inches tall. They are 1.5 pint. There's just a little bit, and you may be able to get it out, but you might not be able to get it out, of haziness to a whiteness to, you might be able to see it, you know. Somebody had these in a dishwasher, but it didn't fade out the black and white dots, which is really nice. And they are marked Hazel Atlas on the bottom, and it's all for one money. The opening bid is $15 for the 4 of them, and they are 1.5 pint. And cream cheese, sour cream cheese product, something came in these years ago.
Sour cream, probably.
At the grocery store. And then you could have little tumblers for your breakfast table. So there aren't any chips or cracks on them, just the slightest bit, and it really shows up in these bright, bright white lights. But I want you to know that at least 1 or 2 of them has just a little bit of a whiteness to it, which, again, sometimes you're able to scrub that out with steel wool and vinegar and that kind of thing. The Polygrip has what am I trying to say? The denture tablets have never worked for me for getting this stuff out. But maybe some other folks have luck with that. So $15 on these 3. We need an opening bid, and if not, we're going to move on. We don't mess around here. I don't see any opening bids. Vinny, do you?
I don't.
Then we are going to put them down and move it on. All right, let's put these over here. It might get really warm in here. I might have to, these lights pump out some heat. We can always come back to those, and that's what we will do. We'll come back to those at the end of the auction. Now I've got 2 sets of EAPG, 2 sets, and this is the highest bidder gets to pick the one that they want. Now, when I say set, let me show you. The opening bid is $12, and you can have your choice, right? The opening bid is $12, and you can choose the big condiment, and we're just going to say generic condiment. We're not going to be specific about black olives or celery or chicken lips or whatnot. You can have the big EAPG serving dish and this lovely cruet, or you can have the smaller EAPG dish and this lovely cruet. Now, the largest one measures 11 inches, and then the little one measures 8 inches, and we're looking for an opening bid of $12. Remember, for that, you can have this set, you get both of them, or you can have this set right here. The cruets themselves, I'll try to hold the cruets still. They are EAPG. So these are going to go back to 1900, 1910, something like that. The vinegar cruets are in excellent condition. They both have stoppers. Neither one of them have any chips or cracks or any cloudiness. And they're blown in a mold. They have polished pontils on the bottom. That one has, they both have, just sort of typical EAPG type patterns. Hope you're being able to see that well. And then here's a close-up of sort of the larger little condiment dish. It's nice glass. I'm pretty, I don't want to use the word picky when I pick up the EAPG. I want it, even though it's pressed and not leaded glass, as the cut would be, I want it to have brilliancy to it. And these pieces do. That's the larger one. And then I love the shape of this little one. Now, No flea bites or anything on the 2 cruets. On these pieces, because of the soft tooth edges, it's almost impossible to find these without some little flea bites. And when you rub your hands, even if there aren't any flea bites, you still feel like it's chipped because it's so sharp. You will find, when you look closely, a few little flea bites on a couple of the saw, a couple of the teeth, but nothing terrible. Like no teeth missing. I've got one tooth missing back there, but we don't have any teeth missing on these, but you might find a little flea bite here and there. So that's it. We're going to count these down. Vinny, do we have a bid?
We do. Karen K is at 13.
All right, Karen. So one money gets you the big set. And when I say big, the cruet is actually a little bit bigger as well. We're going to call it the big set, or we will call it the little set. And Vinny said the high bid is 13. We're going to, all right, I appreciate that. So we're going to count it down. And here it goes. Here comes the warning. And here comes the countdown. And we'll say 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then I need to ask you a question, Vinny.
What?
Do you still want me to do the 3, 2, 2, 1 for you?
If you want to.
No, do you need me to, is what I'm asking you.
I don't think so. I think it should be all right.
Okay, then I won't do it.
So Funky Monkey is at the highest offer at 14 before the sold.
Okay, and so we'll just wait to see if you would like the larger or the smaller. And the price for that you said was 14. Okay. Okay. And we'll wait and we'll see what whether you would like the smaller, the smaller. Okay. And if we have a second place.
Yeah, it was Karen K, and she was at, hold on. She was at 13.
And Karen, let me know if you would like the larger set at 13. Hello, here we go, 111.
Yep, she wants it.
At 13, Karen, it's yours. Okay. I've been wanting to get this off of this table so that it doesn't get goofed up. Okay. We're looking for an opening bid on this next item of $15, and it is a big old Anchor Hocking pitcher. Now, it has no damage to it at all, and it's a big one. It's 9 inches tall with an ice lip, and you guys all know these Anchor Hocking Serrano, Melito, Mulatto, Malumpum, something. So I don't know all the patterns, but somebody out there will know the pattern of it. I forget, Vinny, because I don't.
That one might be Sereno because of the pattern.
Sereno.
I could be wrong because I have some Lido Sereno and then I have the Lido Milano glasses. And those
yeah. But this one is the big, the nice 1960s blue Anchor Hocking. Boy, we love that, don't we?
D says bamboo.
Well, bamboo, boobly boo. What did we say? So we're looking for an opening bid. I forget what I said, Vinny.
15.
All right.
No offers on it just yet.
All right. So come on now. If it's something that you like, get that offer in there. We're asking $15 on this big no cake plate. No cake plate yet?
They're asking about a cake plate, but you haven't offered that yet.
Oh gosh, no, we're just getting started. That cake plate, that'll be sometime in the if you're talking about the cake plate that I have, we haven't gotten to that yet.
All right, Karen K's at 15.
All right, Karen has an opening bid of 15. I have a cake plate. It's somewhere on the list here, but I haven't quite gotten to that cake plate yet. The big green one. Okay. So the Anchor Hocking pitcher with its ice lip, ready for your summer lemonade. And Karen K is at 15.
Yep.
And so that means here comes the countdown. This is the warning. Warning, Will Robinson, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it.
All right. It's Karen Case for $15.
Okay, Benny, thank you. I need to keep switching out my eyeglasses. Because now I can't see down here. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, everyone who placed a bid. I appreciate that. And thank you to everyone who's watching. I'm going to actually hit refresh and make sure I've got everybody in here. And let me make sure I'm in live chat. We'll just take a moment and do that. Do the live chat, refresh the live chat. Okay, for one price. It's 2. You get 2 things here, and you're only going to pay one price. You get both of them. And Vinny, the bid for this, we're going to ask an opening bid of $18. $18. And you'll be getting both of these. That's right. That one is an L.E. Smith Mount Pleasant bowl. And it's got 3 feet on it, and it has some silver decoration, which most of that silver is gone. There was a little silver line there. It is a cute little, whatever you want it to be, candy dish, nut dish, ginger snaps. And then in the hexagon shape is a little green one here, which could be for anything as well. Mayonnaise, nuts, candies, popcorn, toothpicks, Tic Tacs, whatnots. No chips or cracks on either one. You're getting both of them for one price. Vinny,
at 22.
Thank you. Lolo May is at 22. And I know, so no glow, yes glow. And tonight, I did it because I didn't want there to be any confusion. So let me see. Let me see if I can let you see.
Oh, wow.
You'll get some glow in the dark on that. So for those who put these in your cabinets and glow them up at night, there you go. Put your after dinner mints in that, and Uncle Henry will know exactly where to go. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to turn this light off. Ooh. And these 2 pieces of glass are Depression, and they're from the 1930s. So it looks like Jody Davis has the high bid of 23 that I can see.
Yep.
All righty then. We'll count them down. I guess I didn't tell you the size of them. I'll do that quickly. They are, well, I didn't measure them. Oh, fiddle horses. About 5 inches across. Yeah, about 5 inches across on both of them. 2 pieces of Depression glass, cobalt and a wonderful green. All right, $25, Susan. And look, it has the high bid, and we'll count it down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, so I'm going to refresh real quick. And it is sold to Lola May for $30.
Thank you, Lola May. And thank you to those who placed bids. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Okay, let's do a fantastic Art Deco range set. I've been holding on to this for about 2 years, maybe 3. and it's time to turn it loose. You know, range set means you're getting salt and pepper, flour, and sugar. And pardon me while I hold these up. These are American made. They are made of pottery. This are ceramic. That's the salt and the pepper. These are not reproductions. Salt, pepper. The bidding on these is going to begin at $35. $35 for the range set, the 4-piece. I don't know which company produced these in the 1930s. They are unmarked and they are in excellent condition. They don't have chips or cracks on them, and you can't beat that Art Deco style. And the nice thing is too, is that the salt and pepper is under the glaze. So this hasn't come off at all. They're sort of a buff color, and they have a little sort of skyscraper look to them. There's a very, very tiny little bit of crazing, but not much at all. And the font there is really neat.
Why did they remind me of Harker a little bit? Maybe it's the font.
Yeah, that's a good guess, Vinny. Vinny, do we have any bids on these?
We do. Janine Cuddy's at 36.
All right. Thank you, Janine.
Mary Palmer jumped in at 40.
They measure. This is an unusual. I haven't seen these before. Let's see. The Deco range set. They're 4 inches tall. No corks in the bottoms, but the corks are not. I don't hear corks shoved up in there either.
They can be easily replaced.
Yeah. Classic 1930s, and they're not white. They're sort of a tan color. Here comes the warning, and here comes the countdown. I do want to mention the high bid before I count these down, which looks like
76.
Linda Hill, 76. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. On the range set. Circa, early 30s, early to mid 30s, that early geometric deco era.
All righty. So it is now sold, and it went to Jenny Joe for 82.
The deco range set 82. Jenny Joe. Jenny, I'm pretty sure I have you. I'm pretty sure that you've purchased before. So I think I have your info, Jenny. And I apologize if I am forgetting, but thank you everyone who bid, and thank you, Jenny Joe.
I put your email in, so in case she hasn't purchased or you need a refresher, she can just send it over.
Okay. It's also on the screen. You see it on the screen as well, Vinny?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Next up, I was able to procure a few more sets of the Buffalo China. Now, before I tell you the opening bid, I sold some of this a couple weeks ago. Some diners have recently closed around here, and this stuff is in excellent condition. Let me tell you how I'm selling these tonight. I've got 2 sets of 4 place settings. So the opening bid, and then I'll describe them and all of that. Looking for an opening bid of $30. You will receive 4 luncheon plates that measure 8 inches across. 8 inches across, you get 4 luncheon plates. This is Buffalo China restaurant ware from the 60s. 4 of those. You'll get 4 saucers, and you'll get.
Cindy wants to know if they're heavy.
They're very heavy. It's restaurant ware. They're very heavy. It's Buffalo China. If you're familiar with, I know that's upside down. China doesn't mean made in China. This is American-made China, made in the USA, and it's the Buffalo China Company. And this stuff comes from the what was be used in lunch encounters, restaurants, diners, that kind of thing. So I've got, once again, to be clear, you are bidding on 4 place settings just like this, right? So, but I've got 2 sets of 4. So the highest bidder can take 4 of them, but they have the option to take all 8. You with me?
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying it right, aren't I, Vinny?
Yeah.
Okay. And if the highest bidder doesn't want 4, then the second bidder can have the second set. The condition is excellent. Some of this stuff was stored away in this particular diner and not used. And now that the diners are about 3 or 4 of them in this area have recently closed. Nice, good, heavy restaurant ware without any chips or cracks or utensil marks, and just so mid-century. Where
We're
are
at
we
85
here?
right now with Ali Monte.
I'm sorry, Ali Monte is 85. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then we're going to shout out the warning and we will shout out the countdown. So here we go.
Yes, Randy, if they want to.
Yep. 2 times the money, Randy, and they get all 8 of them. All right. So the warning and the countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right.
Let me put this on. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna get stuck.
All righty. The sold has been put in place, and Melody Southern Buckeye is the highest at 117.
Melody, thank you. And would you like 1 set of 4? Or would you like to double the money and take the second set, which would be 8? Melody says 1.
Yep, she wants 1 set of 4.
Southern Buckeye. She's got it. And Vinny will tell us who the second runner-up is.
Ali Monte at 85.
Okay, and we'll see if Ali Monte would like a set. Thank you, everyone. This is, I tell you, usually the restaurant ware has been torn up in those dishwashers. Thank you, Adelaide. So we'll wait just another second for Ali Monte to come in and let us know if she'd like that set for 85, I think is what Vinny said.
Yep. Yep.
Ali Monte. Okay, Ali, it's yours. And I thank you, Ali Monte. And that's the end of it, except that was my fault with those 18 cups and saucers. Let's not get into that. But if you want just a cup and saucer, we're gonna go back into that in a week or so. Or stay tuned to the old Curiosity Shop and I'll let you know. But that really is the end of the sets. I could not get any more, but I was delighted to find those because there was in such good condition and such nice mid-century. Okay, next up, thank you everyone who placed bids, and thank you, Vinny, for your assistance tonight.
No problem.
We forgot to give him. Now, once again, I'll remind you that Vinny is in another state, and Vinny, the lag between us is about 8 seconds.
Yeah, about 5 to 8.
Okay, so because I'm seeing in the chat different, once again, not to harp on it, but the lag is going to be different for everybody. So if somebody has a 45-second lag, that doesn't mean that it's the same lag for everyone else. Once again, it depends on the speed of your devices and all of that stuff. So just hit refresh to try to stay as up to date as you can. Wow. Vinny, you didn't say wow.
Ooh, ah, wow.
That's what I was looking for. He's really going to go ooh wow when I put the black light on it. What is it? It's a candy dish. What is it missing? It's missing its lid. Can you find the lid? Well, let me tell you, the opening bid we're asking on this is $29. $29. Yep, without the lid. With the lid, these sell. I've seen these sell for $80 to $100 with the lid. Look at how much that lights up. For those of you who like that, and it's
What
nice.
are you using? Like a bar, a blacklight bar?
Yeah.
To show
Are
that?
you able? Can you hold on for a second? Everybody see that?
Uh-oh.
And it's like with my lights on, this thing, I'm telling you what, this is the most glowiest thing. But I can't get up to turn off my, I'd love to turn off my lights. It's 6.5 inches tall, and it is Vaseline glass. It is Vaseline glass, and it doesn't have any chips or cracks, but sadly, the lid went somewhere. Now, you can find these lids. You'll find one, take you some time, but you can find one on the internet and get one. And you'll have
We're
that.
at 30 right now. Jody Davis has it at 30.
Jody Davis is at 30.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to put this black light down and put my lights back in order. I know some people would use it as a, right?
Ice cream sundae.
As an ice cream sundae goblet. Or maybe eat cereal out of it or something like that. But you can drink out of it.
Milkshake.
I wouldn't put anything hot in it, and I wouldn't put it in a dishwasher.
Yeah, no.
So Vaseline glass, because it is on the yellowish side of the spectrum, and that's where that name comes from, as opposed to the green, which we're going to see some more green in a minute, which would be they both have uranium, but one is called Vaseline and one is just glass, just green glass that happens to have uranium in it. Okay. Any questions on it? If not, we're going to count it down, and I'm looking to see where the high bid is, and it's probably
still at 30.
The high bid is at 30. All right. Here comes the warning, and here comes the countdown. Are you ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it.
Alrighty, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, that Jody Davis won that for $30.
All right, the Vaseline candy dish, 30 at it's Jody Davis.
Mm-hmm.
Jody Davis. Okay. Thank you very much, Jody. I appreciate that.
My heart was beating so fast, she said.
Oh, to see if you got it?
Yeah.
Well, you got it. You got it. Now, I was with Vinny when I found this, and I love it. It is a classic 1930s console center bowl in beautiful cobalt blue. And it's $19. We're going to start off. $19, and it measures 10 inches across and 3.5 inches tall. And I hate to touch it because it'll get my fingerprints on it, but I'll let you look at the bottom of it. I love the fact that it doesn't have any etching on it. It doesn't have anything painted on it. It's just beautiful cobalt blue glass. You say, how do you know it's from the 30s? Well, it's the form. Not only the form of it, which is a classic shape from the 30s, but I can also tell from this shallow foot, the way the foot is done. It's a mold that you see over and over and over again. in the 1930s. Now, you're just getting the bowl, and I see Timeless Tommy with a bid of 25, I think.
It's Bonnie Abrams at 25.
Okay, I see Tommy in there at 25 again, and now Lily Buchanan at 26. I can't sell you this black base because I don't want to get rid of it, but look what happens when you get yourself a nice black glass base. Look what it does. It elevates,
good.
Figuratively and literally, it elevates the piece both in its attractiveness and in its height. And this is what people often did with their console bowls. Now, you'll find these on the internet, but I can't sell you this one. Just look at what it looks like when you do that. Yeah. Okay. So
is that the big one you got here?
I don't remember where I got it, but it is a big one.
It's a ginormous one.
I've got several little ones, and I've sold several of them. But anyway, we're just going to go with the console bowl. And I see Terry Tehran at 30. So with that looking like it's the high bid at the moment, it does look good on the base. Oh, yes, with black candlesticks, Timeless Tommy. That would be sweet. Let's count the cobalt blue bowl down now. I think the highest bid is 30.
Yep, still at $30.
And here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All righty. And it was sold to Terry Trahan for $30.
Terry Trahan for 30.
I don't know if she's new to you, but I'm going to put your email in the chat again. So if she needs to copy and paste it to send her info, she can.
Okay, I'm looking for how to spell Trahan, and it went away.
It's Trahan.
Okay, Trahan. No, and I see some things came in, like people were asked, like I saw, does it have any chips or cracks, came in after it ended. No, it doesn't. And if anything does have damage, I try to remember to tell you that. Thank you for asking. I also see folks missing bids. Remember, if you're missing out on bids, you should be able to like see like how many seconds your lag is, and you'll have to try to get your bids in a few seconds earlier than that. So is that it? Okay, we got that. Okay, that's good. Okay.
Yep, he won it for 30. Sweet.
Okay, okie dokie. Now, let me move this and this and this. And this and this. Look what I've got. Woo! Don't drop it.
Sylvia Lee wants to know, where do you find those black bases?
Where do I find them?
Yeah.
Estate sales, thrift shops, antique stores. Everywhere I go, I'm always looking for them. I buy every one I can find if it's not outrageously priced.
Right.
But there will be some on the internet. You can find them. And once again, all the glass companies made them. So I have a hat box, and this came from an estate sale, and it's very 60s, you can tell. And it's a nice big one. And this really nice hat box, and I will let you see, the colors on the bottom are just brilliant. Looks like bathroom wallpaper, doesn't it?
It does.
The hat box measures 11 by 7, and the bidding starts at $15 on it. It says Canadians. I don't know why. I don't know if there was a store called Canadians or if this hat box was supposed to be for Canadians. Yeah, I do have a lot of them in the basement. It's in good condition. It's not falling apart. And I'll let you see the inside. There's her, she forgot to get her dry cleaning. Look at that. There's the inside of the box. Does it smell? No. No mildew, no mold, nothing like that. And the wonderful string on it. I know vintage hat people and vintage clothing people, they love to decorate with these.
Oh, yeah. And right now you have an offer of 16.
So thank you, Vinny. I really like the colors on it. We'll turn it again. I'm holding it still. See, Canadians, I don't know. You get free shipping. I wish I could ship it up to Canada for free. I wish I could.
So you have Benita Taylor at 20.
All right, Benita. Here comes the warning, and here comes the countdown. This is at $20, and we're going to go ahead and count it down. And so we are going to say 10. Ali Monty is at 21, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right.
Wow, Vinny, that.
All right, sold to Ali Monty for 21.
Okay. Thank you, Ali. That came in fast. All right, let's do. Somebody's going to want this. $12.
The nurse's hat.
$12 on this old nurse's hat. And I mean, well, it's not that old because there's a zip code, but I think it's right when zip codes started because that's a really old looking sort of like late 60s tag on there. The tag says K's Caps, Green Island, New York. And then even the little hairpins are on the back. This is heavy starched. I don't know when nurses had to stop wearing these, but I understand that they were pinned on the back of their head instead of like, because you can't, your head would have to be tiny for this thing to fit on there. Heavy starched linen, I guess, or whatever it is. It reminds me of the old men's collars on this old nurse's hat. So if you have an old nurse out there who, you never thought, listen, I thought, well, who knows? Somebody might want this. And we have an opening bid of $12 on this old nurse's hat. When did they stop wearing them?
Around the late 80s, they stopped.
I don't remember. I had my appendix out in 1981, and I guess the nurses had these on at that time. I don't remember. I was only 13, but it's in nice condition. Have I got it on backwards? I had it on backwards, right, Vinny? It goes like that?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. So the nurse's hat is currently at $15, and we'll count this down. It even has its little, like a little pin in the back. And her hairpins are still in there. Look at that.
Good gravy.
Isn't that funny? Flying nun. Okay, counting it down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 on the nurse's hat.
All right, and that was sold to Benita for 15.
Taylor. Thank you.
I love Tizzy's photo, her profile picture. It's the Natty Bow
Who?
Logo or mascot. Love it.
All right, the bidding on these begins at $19. $19, and let me tell you, the bidding begins at $19. Two lovely pink champagne flutes. One of them seems as though it had a little flea bite, but it has been polished. And everybody was polishing glass years ago. And so somebody did polish. So when I run my finger over it, I feel the indentation, but I'm not going to cut my lips. because it's not sharp. Look at these. They're pink, delicate pink. And they have a gold, sort of a rambling rose encrusted pattern around the top. They've got a vertical ribbed optic pattern. These were made by an elegant glass company. I've just got the two, so I know Valentine's Day is gone, but
it's never too late for a nice romantic dinner for two.
That's what I'm screaming. That's what I'm talking about. So I love these. They stand 8.5 inches tall. Isn't that called a champagne flute?
I think so, yeah.
8.5 inches tall on these two delicate,
$26 from Cat D.
Delicate pink champagnes. And I hope you're able to see very thin glass, typical of elegant depression glass of the 1920s and 30s. Okay, we'll count them down. And you know I'm going to clink the glass. You drink champagne. My favorite Betty Davis line from The Whales of August. Champagne always gives me a headache. Was that pretty good? Counting it down, Vinny is just ignoring me. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, let me refresh.
The Whales of...
It was sold to Kara Remmel for $32.
Kara Remmel for $32. Thank you, Kara. Kara Remmel. Vinny, have you seen The Whales of August starring Vincent Price and
I have not.
Lillian Gish and Betty Davis? Betty and Lillian did not get along on set.
I bet they didn't.
They did not. But that line is from the movie. Champagne always gives me a headache. All right, it is 8:52. Intermission is coming up. Boy, the hour just flies, and we got a lot left to sell. So let's do a green ice bucket. There it is. It is etched. It is green, and it will glow. And the opening bid on this, we're asking $18. It's 6 inches tall, and it dates to the 1930s. It's great to find it with its handle. Handles are often missing on these ice buckets, but it's got its silver handle, and we'll let you see we have a little bit of glow for those who like the glow. You wanted to see the light I was using. There it is. So it's an etched ice bucket, Depression era. No chips or cracks on it. With the handle, can you see? Nice heavy Depression glass. Ice bucket from the 30s. And you can see.
All right, you're at 48 right now with Kathy Day.
48 with Kathy Day. So this is glass here. The little knobs are glass, and you can take the handles off, but we're going to leave this original metal handle right on there on this green ice bucket. I see Terry Trahan at 55. Here comes the warning, and here comes the countdown. Which company made it? I don't know, but it has a polished bottom. A lot of the cheap companies didn't polish their bottoms. You know, Hocking didn't polish bottoms, and several others. So polished bottom on this, nice, made by one of the nice glass companies. And it's got this wheel cut floral design around the sides. So here comes the warning, and here comes the countdown. We'll count the ice bucket down. It's currently at 66, and we're counting it down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right.
On the ice bucket.
All right. Sold to Susie Martha for 70.
Susie Martha.
Yep.
Okay.
And just an FYI, I'm a very cheap glass company. I don't polish my bottom either.
Ha 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 ha. I think Vinny was being silly, wasn't he? All right, let's do that. We'll probably do 2 more before the intermission. This Hazelware candy dish, does anybody remember that when you last saw it? What was wrong with it?
That looks like the one I have. Actually, I have 2 of them.
I don't know.
This was Pebblestone, or at least looks like Pebblestone.
Covered in paint. Somebody painted it, and it wasn't. They didn't do a very good job. So I got all of that paint off. I spent 30 minutes, 40 minutes scrubbing on this Hazel candy dish, Hazelware candy dish. We're going to ask $17 for it. It's 8 inches tall with no chips or cracks. 8 inches tall, no chips or cracks. And I love it now. It has a Deco feel to it. Look at the top.
Yep.
There's no residue of that paint on there anymore. And we'll take the top off and we'll let you see. It's just a nice clear candy dish made by Hazel. That's the bottom. Bottom, nice and heavy. I like it. I like it. Do you like it?
I do.
I think it's 100% better too, Bonnie. You know, sometimes it was just an amateur who painted it, and they probably enjoyed it while they owned it, but I enjoy it better without that paint on it.
You're at $28 right now.
Okay, $28.
AB.
Yep.
I have one of those in green and I have one in yellow, but I think it might be later because it has a texture to the glass. So that one might be older, you think?
This one?
Yeah.
I think so.
Because the ones I have, like I said, have a texture to them, and I think they were done in the 60s. I think that one's older because it's clear and smooth all over, right?
Yeah, when the Continental Can Company acquired Hazel Atlas, there was litigation or something. It was in receivership, but it was years before, and so they then referred to it as Hazelware in the 50s. But then eventually the CCC for Continental Can got put on there. But it was several years, I don't know, like 8 years or so before, and so they were still using Hazel Atlas molds.
Gotcha.
But produced.
I love those. Those candy dishes are great.
It really is.
You're at 30 right now with Sassy Girl.
Okay, Sassy Girl, and we're at 30. So we will go ahead and count the candy dish down. What I am gonna do, Vinny, is I am gonna do the 3, 2, 1, so people can see. This is for people's benefits, so they can see how much of a lag they have. Okay. You and I don't seem to have much at all, because when I hit 1, your stop shows up immediately on my screen.
All right.
So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
Oh gosh.
4. That's what Bix wants to do with it.
I know he does.
3, 2, 1.
God, I keep hitting the old chat button.
I know.
So it was sold to Melody Southern Buckeye for $37.
Okay, Melody, I've got you. Thank you. Thank you again. Thank you so much. Melody Southern, we've got it. It is 1 minute before 9. Let's go ahead and take our intermission. We always take an intermission here at 5 of 9, or at 9 o'clock rather. Give everybody a bathroom break. Give me a bathroom break, you know. And
You do.
and then Vinny can go blow his nose or whatever Vinny does during the break. Go out to
Yeah,
the
I definitely
kitchen.
need to do that.
I've got iced tea here, which doesn't have much ice, but I'm drinking out of. I want you all to tell me what pattern that is, and then in the same pattern. This is actually a jelly for jams and jellies and ketchup and things, because you can see we have it's slotted. But look what I've got down inside. Woo!
Are those D's ginger snaps?
Mm-mm.
Rats.
Are you kidding? I ate her ginger snaps a year ago.
I bet you did.
So we're on 5-minute intermission.
All right, I'll be right back.
All right. But while we're on intermission, what's that pattern?
Looks like a pineapple cut pattern.
Karen got it. Somebody else might have gotten it before that, but I see Karen K. She knows. This really confuses the heck out of people, because this is Waterford crystal. Now, wait a minute. It's got nothing to do with lead content, because there ain't no lead in it. And it's got nothing to do with Ireland. Well, why did you call it Waterford crystal? Well, Anchor Hocking made it. And Anchor Hocking named this pattern Waterford, not waffle. You'll see this all over the internet. Waffle, waffle, waffle. And in the Depression days, they referred to clear glass as crystal, not referring to lead content. So if someone holds this up and says Waterford in crystal, they're right. But not to be confused with the leaded glass that comes from Ireland, okay? Did you... Now I'm going to put this down. So while we're on intermission, I'll put a little more iced tea in there. Hi, Dee. Hi, everybody. Thumbs up. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Listen, we've got some hot stuff coming in the next hour.
Break out in tune, Donna Summer.
So I hope hot stuff, baby, this evening. Oh, you know what? I bought that little 45. When we used to have little parties at school, we could all bring in 145. That's a record. It was a 45 RPM, and we had a little record player in the school. I'm talking about 1973, 1975. That we could all bring in a record. And one time I brought in hot stuff, and we did the disco dance all around, the classroom. In our little bell bottoms. I'm coming right back. How much time have I got? I've got 2 minutes. Oh my word, I need a little more iced tea.
Don't lock yourself in the bathroom.
I don't have iced tea in the bathroom, Vinny. Say something entertaining. Entertain the people. I don't hear anything entertaining.
Because I'm responding to people in the chat.
You're supposed to tell a joke or something. When was the price of milk at its highest?
I don't even remember.
When the cow jumped over the moon.
So next sale with Katie will be the last Saturday of May, for those of you who are wondering.
Do I need to...
I already stood up, D.
Let me go mop my brow so I don't look... I didn't have... Oops, wait a minute. I might get locked out.
I mean, I've got something kind of cool that you guys might like to see when the sale's over, and it just came in.
We have had such nice weather this May. It hasn't gotten hot yet. It hasn't gotten, sometimes it's like you're singing, here it is Easter Sunday, Christ the Lord is risen today. It's nice, and then it's 90 degrees the next day. We haven't had any heat yet, and it doesn't look like we're going to have any heat in May. It's a cooler kind of a May. I like that.
Sylvia, I did get it. I'm sorry I haven't responded to it. I've just been so busy. I'll have to get back to you sometime this week.
All right.
So sorry about that.
Are we back?
I believe so.
Beauteous. Let me have, I already had a cookie. I can't have another one. All right. Let's do this because somebody asked about it. So somebody might be trying to go to bed. Are you trying to go to bed? Don't go to bed because in this second hour, I'm telling you, I've got some stuff to sell. This bad boy, now let me find it on my piece of paper. I'm going out of order. All right. $20 on the green cake plate. It's an offer up. We're going to start at 20 and it measures 12 inches and a third. So it's just over a foot wide. It has no chips. However, it's depression glass. There's going to be roughness around. You know there's going to be. So don't expect this to be as smooth as a baby's bottom. There is a little bit of roughness around this edge, maybe a flea bite here and there. But they didn't fire polish it. And so any little roughness around the edges is always going to feel like chips, you know. It does glow under a black light. Let me fire it up here. And I always forget who made this. I've had it before. And for the life of me, I cannot remember the maker. But there it is. Are you getting the glow in the dark?
I see it, yeah.
So someone will remember and they'll be able to say what it is. This is a big one. It stands on 3 little feet. See it?
All right, so you're at $52 right now with Janine Cuddy.
Thank you, Vinny, for saying that. I can't remember if it's called wildflower or scraggly flower. And I keep wanting to say Jefferson glass, but I don't think it is. I just simply can't remember it. It's not Jeanette, and I always find the Jeanette. I've only had this cake plate once before, but they don't get any bigger than this.
Who makes a cake bigger than that?
Well,
unless you're making a wedding cake.
So there it is. And you know what? This one sort of has almost a Coke bottle green. It's a little bit of a different green than some of the other greens. But I just can't remember the company that made it. Sorry about that.
All right, so Janine Cuddy's at 56.
All right, Vinny, thank you for that. I appreciate that. I know that's helpful to me and the viewers when you do that. It's flat on the top, so you can cut your cake, and the embossed pattern is on the bottom. There are a few knife marks on it, utensil marks. You'd expect a few, but not too many. Not too many. So we'll count this down. Ready? We'll count it down. Okay.
I think we're count her down.
All right. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that is the countdown on that. And I'm waiting for my little chat to come back up. There it is. Okay.
Okay, so it was sold to Janine Cuddy for 56.
56. Jane. It's Jane Cuddy.
I did say that right. Right?
Did you say Janine Cuddy for 56?
Yes.
Thank you, Vinny. Janine. The cake plate. Okay, so I knew we wanted to do that because I thought maybe... Okay, look, this is the last bit of EAPG. This is the last EAPG piece tonight, and ain't she a beauty? It is a butter dish. We're going to start off at $19 for this. It's not chipped or cracked. And according to Lisa Cooper, now I had no time to go digging around to find the maker on it. It is not American Brilliant. It's pressed, but look at the quality of this butter dish. No cracks on it, and just one little flea bite on one of the little petal edges here. But this is absolutely beautiful. And subscriber and friend, I didn't have a chance to look this up. According to Lisa Cooper, it is called the New Pattern number 30, Diamond Cut Scalloped Edge by Duncan and Sons Georgian Company. And this would date to the 1890s. So I want to thank her for looking that information up. It's got a I mean, in the light, ooh, it is beautiful. So it's a butter dish, and we can see here your big clump of butter goes down there in the center. Of course, you don't have to do that with it now. And it's great when the dome and the base remain together.
You're at $28 now with Philip Lane.
Okay. Philip, I want to thank you so much, Philip. And everyone who's placing bids, will let you see the bottom of it. It's a beautiful diamond cut pattern with this pretty little scalloped edge. And instead of saw teeth, it's very smooth. So we don't have chips or roughness. Beautiful handle on the top, nice sort of almost a bell shape to the lid. And we'll count this beautiful EAPG butter dish down, which is knocking on the door of 125 years old, if this could tell a story. KP is at 29, and here comes the warning and the countdown. Now Philip is at 31, and we're counting it down. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right. I keep hitting that wrong button. Alrighty, so sold to Sandra Garcia for $65.
Sandra Garcia at $65. Let me get this down. Sandra, thank you. It's a beauty. You ought to see a table full of that in the candlelight. Now, I would like to sell. Ooh-wee. Maybe I wouldn't. I forgot I had the cream and sugar to go with that.
No.
Hmm?
My trash can fell over. I was trying to tell it no, don't tip all the way over.
All right, let me skip that because let me rethink that. Let me figure out what I'm going to. Okay, we've got, I love to do a little, I always seem to do a little 1930s kitchen grouping. And that's what we'll do now. I've got 3 pieces for the 1930s and 40s kitchen, and you get all 3 pieces for one price, just one price. We're going to ask that we start the bidding at $15. What will you get for an opening bid of $15? Well, you'll get this little guy here with an original lid in crystal. Never had salt, pepper, sugar, cinnamon on it. A lot of these made for Hoosier cabinets and cellar cabinets. They did not force you into putting a specific condiment in it. Powdered sugar, whatever you want. Get wild and put turmeric in it, like somebody wanted to do in the last sale. That's included in the 3 pieces of kitchen glass. This piece is included. I better show all 3 of them to you first. Okay, and then this. Let's talk about all 3. This is a container for coffee, and you'll barely see where it said coffee right there. You can't see it, can you?
I can see it, yeah.
The lid is missing. You can find lids for these. They would just be a metal lid that would screw on. This is an original Hoosier cabinet piece of glass. Now, I don't mean Hoosier in the generic way. I mean in the specific way. Because it says on the bottom, the Hoosier saves steps. And that was part of their ad campaign. Kitchen cabinets. And it's under there, which might be difficult for you to see. So the Hoosier company had the name Hoosier. Today, we call all of those cabinets Hoosiers. But Sellers made cabinets, and Keystone made cabinets, and almost every furniture company made that type of Hoosier-style cabinet in the 30s.
$27 with KB.
And then finally, this Owens, Illinois piece, which can sit like that, or it can sit like that. And it says Nally Valley, where good flavors grow. And somebody at one point told me where Nally Valley was and what they made. This probably into the 1940s. It has a little lid. And it's a little ball. And this was made by Owens, Illinois. And I love the way this can sit like this in your 1930s or 40s kitchen. So all the glass is clean without any chips or cracks on it. The original Hoosier cabinet, coffee container, although coffee is not very visible. This Nally Valley piece, and the wonderful little shaker from the Depression era. The highest bid is 28, I think.
Yep. M. Rodriguez at 28.
Okay, and here comes the warning on the 3 pieces of Depression kitchenware. It would be good for tea bags. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 on the Depression pieces. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
All right, and it looks like they go to Lori Perry for 41.
Lori Perry, 41.
Mm-hmm.
I have a sneaking suspicion that that's where they might go. Because I have seen pictures of your kitchen, Lori Perry, and it is fantastic. You've got some great 1920s and 30s things in your kitchen, and those will look fantastic there. So I want to thank you so much for that. Now let's do this. Huh?
Didn't want that to happen, but okay.
Let's do this. Now some of you are going to get mad at me. But I've made an executive decision, and this is what I've decided to do. And I have a rationale for it. There's really no right or wrong. It's just kind of how you want to do it. What I have decided to do with this set is I'm breaking it up, and here's why. Let me tell you how we're going to sell it, and then I'll explain my rationale. I've got 6 of these, but I'm not selling them in a collection of 6. I am selling them in sets of 2. So we can have 3 we can have up to 3 winners. What you will get, all right, so the opening bid is $19. What you're bidding on for $19 is 2 plates. I know I'm only holding up one, but you'll get 2 plates. You'll get 2 teacup coffee cups, and you'll get 1 tumbler. These are pink spaghetti string or random threading Hazel Atlas, 1950s, 60s, probably the 50s. And you're going to get a set of 2. So you'll get the little 7-inch, is it 7? It's 8 inches. You'll get 2 8-inch snack plates with the ring. If you're serving pumpkin pie and hot coffee, there you go. If it's luncheon and you're having egg salad sandwich, there's your iced tea. Now there's no chips or cracks on any of it. It's super duper clean. I don't think this stuff was used. The spaghetti isn't coming off. And so for one price, you'll get a set of 2. And I decided to break them up. Several people asked me, oh, will you split them up? Because I'd like just 1, or maybe I'd like 2. And I got to thinking, you know what? We're not talking about with the White House china. And this gives a person the option. If they want to get all 6, they can, but it also opens it up to other folks who maybe it's just 2 people. Maybe you would just like it for your lunch and, just have one friend over. The other thing too is I know myself, I don't collect complete sets of anything. If I collected a place setting of 6 of all the different patterns I'd have, the floor would collapse into the basement. So for me, I'm okay sometimes just collecting 1 or 2 place settings of something that represents an era. And boy, does this represent an era, you know? The 1960s. All right, Vinny, where are we on that? Are we at $28 for, remember, you're getting a set of 2. 2 snack plates, 2 teacups, and you'll get 2 tumblers as well. Lunch for you and a friend. Invite your mother over. I might have my mother over on the front porch and have her eat luncheon on this. And she'll probably bring the egg salad, but not the bottomless coleslaw. I'm not doing that again, Vinny.
Did it mess with you?
No, I'm exaggerating. I was fine.
Okay.
Counting it down, we're currently at $32. And the person who wins gets a set of 2. And then we have a second place and a third place, unless the winner wants all 6 of them. And then it's 3 times the money. The high bid right now is $36, and we're counting it down. Here comes the warning. Excellent condition. Vinny, do you love these?
I do.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Don't drop it like it's hot.
Alrighty, so
I'm not going to
we
say
have Susie Martha at 43. That's the highest.
It's called Susie Martha?
Yes.
Susie Martha. At 43?
Yes.
Okay. So I would like Susie Martha to tell me if you'd like 1 set, 2 sets, or 3 sets. In other words, do you want just 2, 4, or 6? And it would be double your money or 3 times your money at 42, Vinny? At 43. Susie Martha was at 43. Okay. I'm getting the tricky ones out of the way. I know this is tough, Vinny, when we do this because it makes it hard to. You really got to be on your toes. So I appreciate that. We'll have to give Vinny some more consolation prizes.
All right, we're just waiting for Susie to let us know how many she wants. 1 set.
Susie, you're going to get 1 set, 2 plates, 2 cups, 2 saucers at 43. You're getting 1 set. Wonderful. Okay. So we're going to look for our second runner-up,
which is Terry Valenti at 41.
I see. Terry Valenti. Terry, you can have a set at 41. And Terry, would you let me know if you would like the second set for a total of 82? And then you'd get 4. Have a bridge party. Have the ladies over who lunch. Well, I remember there was some of the old-fashioned restaurants when I was little. Even in the 70s, it was a wonderful old restaurant on the top of Strawbridge called the Corinthian Room.
2 sets.
2 sets. All right, so double your money. 2 sets at 41 times 2, and you'll get 2 sets, Terry. And I'll have to finish my story later about the Corinthian Room and the lady.
So Terry Valenti had the highest offer of 40 next, but since Becky Leslie had 40 as well, we'll see if she wants that last set.
There isn't another set.
Oh, there isn't? Was it 5 or 6?
There were 6 of them, so 3 sets of 2.
Okay.
Susie Martha got 1 set.
Okay.
Of 2, and then there were the leftover. Terry wanted 2 sets, so that's all the stuff. I only had 6.
Okay. I must have miscounted. Sorry.
Okay, so Terry Valenti gets 2 sets, and Susie gets 1 set. Okay, okay. Thank you, everyone, and thank you, everyone who placed bids on all of those. I couldn't believe it when I found them. We're going to stick now with pink. Ladies Who Lunch. Pink. I've never seen this cream and sugar before, and they are lovely. And we're going to ask to start off. Deco Frame, Noritake, Hazel Atlas, Green, Cocktail Shaker, Punch Bowl. Where in the devil? Noritake, Sunglow, Wedding Photos, Deco Frame. I don't have the pink cream and sugar on here. Sorry, everybody. Give me a... Well, fiddlesticks. I guess I don't. Look at this.
What are you starting them at?
19. This is a beautiful, nice department store fire polished cream and sugar in lovely pink depression glass. Now, once again, we know the difference when we feel it, and this is Cambridge glass. This is, I don't know the pattern, but this is Cambridge glass, and the creamer, we can't see any mark on the creamer, but on the sugar bowl, we can see the C inside of the diamond. Can you see? Probably not, but you have to trust me, it is marked Cambridge. Good, nice, smooth here on the handles.
You're at 30 right now, Bonnie Abrams.
Fire polished, nice Cambridge. I love the clean lines. It flows. It's not all covered up with grapes. I like grapes, but boy, they etched everything with grapes, didn't they? I think it's elegant. What say you, Vinny?
What?
I said, what say you? I think it's elegant.
It's a nice shape. And you're at 30 right now, Bonnie Abrams.
Oh, Bonnie Abrams. Okay, for the Cambridge. Beautiful pink. Remember, colored, elegant depression glass comes on the scene 1926, 1927. It was the rage before the stock market crashed. So when we say depression glass, this beautiful colored glass goes back into the 20s, beautiful jewel tones. So we'll count this set down. The Cambridge cream and sugar. I think Bonnie Abrams is at 30, and we'll count it down there. Here comes the warning and the countdown. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right. Margaret Howell at 33.
Thank you, Margaret. And I hope that last box got to you. You had asked me about it, and I wrote back. I did. I got. So Margaret Howell at 33.
Yep.
I took about another 20 boxes to the post office today. Thank you, Margaret, and congratulations.
I have downstairs waiting to go to the post office.
They know me at the post office. I mean, I'm probably going to be invited to all the weddings and all the funerals. I'm at the post office. I'm at the post office almost every day. Thank you, Margaret. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. Punch bowl, cocktail shaker, green Ellie Smith by Cracky. No, let's do this. Look at this Art Deco picture frame. This is phantasmic. Now, you don't get the picture because it's one of my relatives. It was in my grandmother's things. So I'm going to take the picture out, but this gives you an idea. This is reverse painted black glass. Let me find it on here to tell you that the picture measures 3 by 5. The picture that you put in the frame is 3 by 5, and we're starting out at $19 on the Deco glass picture frame. And once again, the photograph, the sepia tone photograph will be taken out. Now I will hold it still. Let me stand up and let you see. Look how Deco the chrome corners are. Look at this. Yeah. This is glass, and this is not cardboard. It is reverse painted. And you've got this wonderful cream line there. And then the line goes down here as well. It's hard with StreamYard. Your hands are backwards. It's not chipped or cracked. We'll turn it over. I will tell you this. Every one of these doggone easel frames that I have found, this thing is always broken. You ever find, you know that, Vinny?
Oh, yeah.
It was a poor design, but they just never hold up. So if you want this to stand up on a table, you're going to have to glue some popsicle sticks back there or do something. But you'll open up the back and you can take the picture out. Well, I'm taking the picture out once again because that was somebody in my family.
Yeah, Jean Harlow. There you go.
Put Jean Harlow in there.
Yeah.
So it's a nice black Art Deco glass picture frame. And these are, I love these. This is kind of a gold chevrons. These are like, I don't know if you can see. I know there's a glare, but I would call these maybe chevrons. And it's gold. Yeah. So let me sit back down. I'm always petrified that one of these days I'm going to jump up and the chair is going to crash through this china closet.
Oh.
I know. It hadn't happened yet. But let's count the frame down. We're at $27 with the elderly poodle. And we're going to count. I know, Karen, it would be awful. I would just end the live right there. We're going to count the lovely frame down. And here we go. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Right.
I don't want to do it while you're watching. I'm telling you, I don't want that to happen.
All right. Margaret Howell for 28.
Margaret Howell at 28 on the Deco frame. Thank you, Margaret, for that. And now, oh, what am I going to do with this Noritake? I don't know. Let's do this set right here. And I need your help, everybody, because I forget. I want to say that this is called Sun Glow pattern, but I don't remember. I simply don't remember. You're going to get a whole bunch of it for your 1930s kitchen. And I can't remember the name of the pattern. But we're going to start off at $24, one money. $24, you get everything that I'm going to show you. Here is the mixing bowl. Somebody look up, somebody's already going to know. And it's oven proof. And I think it's Hull. I think I remember that it is Hull. This is the mixing bowl. All right. And you're going to get a mixing bowl. You're going to get what was called the grease. There was always a grease, one money. There was always a grease, don't put grease in it. I was keeping ginger snaps in it, and it still has ginger snap crumbs. I've got to get them out of there. And so what would be called the grease jar, that's small enough. It's not a cookie jar. And then you'll get a salt and pepper shaker. Isn't this Sun Glow by Hall? Somebody? Do you remember? We've got corks on the salt and pepper shakers. Now I've got something on my nose. And I see an opening bid of $40.
Yep, Jones at 40.
Okay, so there's the salt and pepper. I want to, unmarked on the bottom. I'm going to stop saying that because I feel like I'm repeating myself. I think this is a 1940s pattern. So you'll get the salt and pepper shaker. No chips, no cracks. It's all nice and clean. You get the mixing bowl, which measures 8 inches across. Nice 8-inch mixing bowl. There are other pieces. If you think it's beautiful, you can start collecting it once you figure out what it is. And I apologize that I can't tell you. And then there's the what would be a grease jar. And you can see that it's how big my hand is over it. So it's small, but for your kitchen, just a beautiful little set. So we'll put this inside, and it looks like we're at 55. And I'm gonna, so you can see the grease jar is down inside of the mixing bowl, and then here are the 2 shakers. So we're going to count this lovely set down. I think we're at 70.
Yep.
And I don't mean to look like I'm hiding in the grass trying to spy on you, but this is so I can see through these eyeglasses. Here comes the countdown. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 on that.
All right.
Beautiful stuff.
All right. So Terry Trahan for 82.
Terry Trahan at 82. Terry Trahan. Thank you. Thank you, Terry. And thank you, everyone who placed bids. Remember, I got to leave tomorrow morning and go deliver a lamp, but I'll get as many invoices done first thing in the morning as I can. Don't be shocked if you don't get an invoice until 2 o'clock in the afternoon, but I'm going to try to get them done before I leave the house. I'll do the best I can. I've made my computer screen as big as I can get it, unless I broadcast it on top of a television set. But where I'm sitting, I don't have a television set. I wish I could. So you can send me your information tonight if you don't think I already have it, or you can send it, you can send it tomorrow morning, maybe before you go to work or that kind of thing. Let's do one more piece of glass that has a little bit of a glow to it. We'll plug this back in. And this time, you're going to recognize that pattern there by L.E. Smith, right, Vin?
By Cracky.
By Cracky. This is the big master bowl, salad bowl, whatever you want to do with it. And console bowl. This is 10.5 inches. No chips or cracks. I think this is the biggest one they made at 10.5 inches. And it's an early pattern. It came on in the 20s. I think this came out 27, 28, 29, something like that. Late 20s. And there's not much uranium in this. And in fact, it's not even going to probably show up with as much light as I have in here now. So
what does it start at?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't tell you.
Nope.
19.
Okay.
$19. And I'm putting it on the floor now underneath the table. And
Hi, Martha.
you probably can't see any glow. It's not a bright glower. There is uranium in it, and there's a very mild glow. It does glow, and I can see it under this dark table. But in front of all of these lights, it's not going to do too much for you. You're not going to get a really brilliant glow out of it. But as I've said before, it's not always important to some people whether it glows or not. Get this out of the way here. All right. So the big by Cracky bowl made by L.E. Smith. You can find plates, cups and saucers. You can find sherbets.
Cocktail shakers.
That's right, because Vinny has one in crystal, don't you, Vinny?
I do. And I have 2 sherbets on eBay right now.
In the green by Cracky?
Yeah, 2 green by Crackies, and then the cocktail shaker is clear.
Yeah, you'll find it in amber as well.
Bonnie's at 25.
Okay.
Bonnie
I'm
Abrams.
with you. I'm with you, Bonnie. It's beautiful whether it glows or not. I like the pattern. And I'm selling this because I've got 2 of them, but I'm collecting this. But this one I'm selling because I've got a second one. So we'll count it down. You've got the picture? Nice. All right, we'll count this down, and here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, so you're at Janine Cuddy for 31.
Thank you, Janine. And Janine, as you know, and I think as most of you know, I try to keep my boxes 12 by 12 by 12. And I sometimes have to ship you 2 boxes or 3 boxes, and it's actually safer and cheaper than throwing a bunch of glass into an 18 by 18 by 18 box. The price goes woo when you get bigger than 1 cubic foot. Vinny knows that. So
Yeah.
I'll pack as safely as I can and in as few boxes as I can, but you may have two or 3 boxes coming to you. Anyone who purchases more than one thing. That's just the way that it goes. Okay, we've got to keep going here because I still have. So thank you. Let's do. No, we won't do that. We did that. And why don't we do this? Let's do a cocktail shaker, and we'll toss in some. These didn't really go with it, but I'm matching them with it. A pretty typical cocktail shaker in excellent condition. And on this, we're going to start cocktail shaker and the glasses. We're going to start off at $23. And so I'll come back to this, but we're going to start at 23, all one money. You'll get the cocktail shaker, and you're also going to get with it, and I just added these to it, 6. You'll get 2 with, golly, you'll get 2 that are flashed on red. You get 2 that are flashed on kind of blue, and you get 2 that are flashed on yellow. So let's look at one of each.
Poodle's at 25. Bonnie's at 35.
You'll get 6 of these. And they're small, little cordials. They're about 4 inches tall, and it's flashed on. So we have one that has kind of a grayish blue, purplish color, and the red and the yellow. 2 yellow, 2 red, 2 in this color. So 6 of them all together, and they look absolutely fantastic paired with this wonderful chrome cocktail shaker. So you put this on the table, your blue glass mirrored table, and you put all 6 of these around it. No chips or cracks on any of the little, I'm just going to say cordial, but I know I might not, you might want to call them something else. And then your shaker that has no damage to it. It's not chipped or cracked. The lid very easily comes off, and this piece here that is often missing, this will screw on and off as well. It's on there very tightly. There it goes. So, oops, the little cork fell out. Oh, for Pete's sake. Vinny, where are we on the bids?
We are at 40 with Poodle.
So this is usually missing. So this screws on here. And of course, it doesn't want to, it'll take me a minute to get it threaded. Okay, there it is. And then here's no splits in it either. So this is nice and clean. You can use this. Shake, shake, shake. And then it'll sit with 6 of these. So we're going to count this down now for your next cocktail party. Are we ready, Vinny? Here comes the countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we'll see where we are with that.
All righty. So Poodle outbid herself, so she gets it for 40.
Poodle Eye, thank you very much. At 40, I've got it. And I thank you kindly. Let's do this quickly, and then we'll do these photographs. All right, let's do this. Now, I've got an idea. You're going to say, well, we already saw that. No, I sold that one. I got another one. But this one is missing its ladle and the ring. So what are you going to do with it? Well, it's a punch bowl, and we're going to start out at $22 on it. $22 on it. It's an Art Deco punch bowl. Lehman Brothers. I had the same thing a couple of weeks ago, but this one is missing its matching ladle and the Saturn ring that fits over the top for all the punch bowls to sit, punch cups to sit on. So,
is it glass lined?
No.
No. Okay.
No, these aren't glass lined. So what you'll get, you just getting. Look how clean it is on the inside. That's the way the punch bowl is. And there are no chips or cracks. It's not dented anywhere, and it's very deco, and it does not have, there's a few light abrasions on it, but it's not dented anywhere.
Janine Cuddy's at 23.
Thank you, Vinny and Janine. I don't know. I was kind of thinking outside the box. If you're not a punch person, why not just put that lid aside and maybe use it as a wine cooler? Fill it with ice. Put a bottle of wine in it? No, that would be kind of a neat way to repurpose it. Yeah, no, yes, no.
It's got its lid. He's just showing us the inside.
A bottle of wine could fit down in there. Ice. There's the lid with the sort of the clear lucite. That's not glass. It's a lucite handle on the top of it. I like the idea. Put potato salad in it. A big deco vase. It could be, absolutely. Put another piece of glass down in there and put flowers in it. And have a big chrome deco vase. Whatever it is you'd like to do with it. It stands 12 inches tall without the lid. About 12 inches tall. And this is the last one that I've got. As I said, I sold the complete one last couple weeks ago, but then we're going to sell this one as well. So we'll count it down. I'm looking to see if a big urn for a fat dude's ashes. Yeah, wow. You could get Laurel and Hardy in there, and you could probably get all Three Stooges in there as well.
You probably could. Yep, Janine's at 23. Janine Cuddy.
Yeah, cookie jar. That's funny. A cookie jar. Uncle Henry's urn. Let's count this big old Art Deco punch bowl down. I think we're at 23 or something like that. And here we go. Are you ready?
Ready when you are.
Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. On that great thing.
So it was sold to Janine Cuddy for $23.
Janine, you're going to have boxes coming to you. Thank you, Janine. Thank you very much, Janine. Okay, that was the punch bowl. That was that. That was that. That was that. That was that. Let's do this. Actually, let's quickly do this. Since we'll see if anybody else. I've got 4 of these, and I forget where I think we started out at 15. This was this was the very first item I had.
You want me to bring them back through offer up?
We'll just see if anybody's interested. I've got 4. Yeah, offer up at 15. There's 4 of these. They're the Hazel Atlas half pint. There's a little bit of cloudiness, especially near the bottom. But they're not chipped or cracked, and they've got the wonderful little red and black polka dots.
All right, you got Bonnie at 20.
They're made out of glass, and they say half pint down here. They are Hazel Atlas. You can see the half pint right there. You got these at the grocery store with food stuff on the inside, and then you could use them as tumblers. And I did not try to get that cloudiness out. I will not promise that it will come out. As we all know, sometimes it do, sometimes it don't, right? That's the way sick glass is. But you may be able to get some vinegar in a steel wool and go at it, and there's all kinds of other remedies. Let's not get into it. But you might be able to get that cloudiness out. I don't know. We don't really have any damage to the dots, which is kind of nice. The polka dots. And they're just cute little 50s breakfast table glasses. All right, no chips, no cracks. We do have a bit of 20, and so we're going to count them down. Yes, you get all of them. You get all of them. Clorox makes a foaming glass cleaner that does a good job. It could. In my 55 years, I have tried every remedy under the sun, and it's not a matter of whether it works or not. It's a matter of whether the surface is damaged or whether it just has calcium deposits on it. So if it's sick glass, there's no cure.
Joe Johnston's at 25.
But if it's got, if it's just a surface calcium on, if it's been torn up in a dishwasher, good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's right, Karen. If it's sick, it's sick.
They're red, right? It's red.
Yeah, the dots. Yeah, the dots are red. The polka dots are red. And the funny thing is that one has no sickness. That, you see the difference? Like that one's really clear. That one's got some cloudiness. So that one seems to be the worst.
All right, Janine Cuddy's at 26.
Yeah. All right, counting it down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. On those.
Okay. All right, so it was sold to Janine Cuddy for 26.
Janine, where do you live? I might as well load up the truck and just drive on down. Janine, thank you. You're going to get about 5 boxes, Janine. I appreciate that. No,
Minden, Nevada.
No, you live in Nevada? I have to rescind my offer to drive down and hand deliver. Probably to Nevada, we're not going to be doing priority. Probably the cheapest way for me to ship to Nevada is UPS. We'll see. But I have shipped
18 minutes from Lake Tahoe.
I have shipped to you before, Janine. So I know that I have shipped to you, and I thank you so much. Yeah, that would be a road trip, Karen.
A road trip and a half.
Let's do this now. And we're almost finished. And then we'll just have to see if there are any. I don't see any special guests, but sometimes I have a special guest. We're going to bring Vinny in anyway. So, Vinny, comb your hair.
Oh, God. Not me again.
You again. I've got some photographs, and you're going to get all of them. How many of them? There are 19 of them. I could not pass this by. You are going to get 19 wedding photographs. And I believe it's 1949 because it's a car, and I looked at the license plate, and it says New Jersey, 1949. Yet all 19 of them. We're going to start the bidding at 15. I'm going to stand up. I'm going to stand in the place where I live. 80s, obscure 1980s song reference. And I'm going to show you the photographs. You get them all. For one price, we're starting at 15. We're going to go through them. And I'll put the ruler up here to let you see. This is the size of them. So it's 12. It's 11 by 11. They're in these glassy, they're in these little envelope things with like a plastic kind of a thing. Let's look at them. You get all of them. Vinny, did you put the starting price in?
Yes, I did.
Thank you kindly.
And you're at Lily Buchanan's at 20.
This is what you get from this is the big, but I got to get in so you can really see them. All right, there's bride and groom, and I apologize that there is a glare, but these are behind this plasticky stuff.
Looks kind of like Curly a little bit.
Pardon?
That guy in the first picture kind of looked like Curly Howard a little bit.
Oh my word! We'll look at it again. Here's the whole family. And again, there's nothing I can really do about the glare on there. I'm trying to get you to see them all without taking too long. I love this. Look at them in the car. Look at the little ball fringe. Look at that, Vinny.
Wow.
I wonder if they glued that into the car on purpose. Around the windows. Here's the bride out in the backyard. I wonder how long it took to put the dress like that. I hope they didn't turn the sprinklers on her.
Oh, God.
By accident. Here we are inside the church. This is somewhere in Jersey. I don't know where in New Jersey, but somewhere. Here's the car. Right? Out on the street. Could you have How could you leave these in the thrift store? How could you leave them? Look at her dress. Somebody's going to give this a new home. Hang these up on the wall and have a great story. There's the car. Look at the little boy there behind the man. Yeah. Now, this is how I knew it was 1949. You can't see, but down below, I peeled it down a little bit, and it says the license plate says New Jersey 1949. Look at the bride they put on the radiator cap. You see that?
Wow.
On the car. Isn't that neat, Vinny?
Very.
It's a little doll, I guess they put on the front of the car. Isn't that cute? Here we are out in the yard.
Yeah, Curly had hair.
Vinny, what's the highest bid? Didn't someone bid 20?
Let me look.
I need
Yes, Lily Buchanan is at 20.
Okay, because Amelia came in at 15, but 20 was bid before that, Amelia. So now KB is at 21. Here they are at the reception, I guess. I love how it says open bar. Boy, they weren't Methodists, I can tell you that. There's the open bar at the reception hall somewhere in Jersey.
Very true, Martha. That could happen. We don't know.
What?
The parent either outlived the children or they lived far apart. That's why they got donated.
Yeah. So there's the kiss. And the see this, when you pull this plastic away, then you don't have all that glare. So you can either leave them in these cards. That's part of the wedding party. I think the highest bid is at 21, Vinny.
Yep.
Okay. The highest bid is at 21. Boy, that's only $1. That's like $1.50 per photograph.
That's pretty good.
There's the table all set. One of the mothers doesn't look very happy, but not always the case. There she is. Am I taking too long? We're almost done. There's another out in the yard with both of the parents. It looks like maybe just this is the one set of parents, and then maybe her husband had passed away or were divorced, because that looks like maybe a brother.
Is that a red X?
It's just something that got some ink or something that got
Oh.
smeared on the front of that. There's pin the corsage on Mama. Come on, Mama, smile a little bit more than that. I guess that's the mother.
The bride looks like she can eat corn on the cob through a chain link fence.
Little bridesmaid thing there. And then there she is on the couch. That's some wallpaper.
All right, Janet Townend is at 22.
All right, so I'm not going to go back through all of those again, but you're getting 19 photographs from 1949, an entire history of somebody's wedding. And I know people collect old photographs. They hang them up on the walls for artwork and this and that. So let me pull this chair up before I throw it into the china closet and sit back down. And all 19 photographs are on their way to someone. And we're going to count it down. The highest bid is, I don't know, 22, Vinny?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. So here comes the warning, and here comes the countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. I love this one. 4, 3, 2. Oh, excuse me. 1. That's my favorite one right there with them in the car. I love
Show
that.
the first one again up close.
They're out of
Before I
order.
tell you who won it. It was Janet Townend at 22.
Janet, wait a minute. Townend?
Yes, Townend is how you spell it.
22. Janet Townend. Okay, Janet Townend at 22. Thank you, Janet. We'll put these over here, and it is now. Let me look very quickly here. No. Let's see. I'm not going to do the Noritake. I'll show it to you, but I'm not going to sell it. I mean, I'm not going to sell it tonight because I'm somewhat confused as to what I want to do. Okay, that's it. We got through 25. I think we did a little bit more than 25 items tonight, and it is 10:03. It's 10:03, and we sold everything. Thank you, everyone. The last thing that I've got, which I'm going to bring back, I'm not going to sell it tonight, but I've got this wonderful, I've only got a 2-piece setting of this awesome 1960s Noritake. Look at this. Look at this wonderful pattern right here. I love this. Look at the black and the pink, so mid-century. And so it's a cup and a saucer. And you get a dessert plate or a luncheon plate, and you get a dinner plate. This is Noritake, Japan. This is way cool. I've got a place setting for 2. So 2 dinner plates, 2 luncheon plates, 2 cups and saucers. This is just dinner for 2. And the only serving pieces that I have to go with it is the cream and the sugar. But we've got the cream and the sugar. It's just that I don't think I have the capacity to sell these tonight, so we'll bring these back at a future auction. Just kind of let you know they'll be coming up at some point. Round of applause for everyone here. Let's bring in Vinny. Get ready. I'm going to bring you in. But before I bring in Vinny, I just want to thank everyone and appreciate everyone who joins me twice a month on these regular live sales from the 1925 bungalow. So remember, it's always the first and the third Monday night of the month. Sometimes I am able to do previews and sometimes I'm not. If you're new tonight, I'm glad that you came. And I hope that you will come again. I try to have things in the best condition as possible. There's always going to be some Depression glass, some mid-century modern, some Art Deco, and some EAPG. And then there will be surprises along the way. You just kind of never know what I might find when I'm out and about. So once again, thank you. I'd also like everyone to give Vinny a round of applause. I'm going to bring him in. And as usual, we're going to hang out for another few minutes here and chit chat, maybe talk to you, engage with some of you now that the sale is over. And for those who hang in there, I love it. I'm going to bring the Vincent in if he's ready.
As I'm always.
There he is.
All congested and everything.
But if anyone, we've got 430 folks and 298 thumbs up. If you're on a device and can give a thumbs up, won't you do that for me, please? I would love that and appreciate it if you have a chance to do that. I have something is itching on my nose. I've got to go get a Kleenex. And are you going to tell us what the rolled up stuff was? You know what? I will tell you what the rolled up stuff was. I'm not sure if Vinny knows what that's all about.
No, you'll have to fill me in.
Well, I'm going to go get the rolled up stuff. Vinny, have you got anything for show and tell?
A couple things here and there, yeah.
If you would like to engage with Vinny for a moment or two, I'm going to take a 2-second break here. And, but if I show you the rolled up stuff, you have to keep it a secret because I'm really going to expose it when I do video, you know, for the YouTube channel. Now, Vinny doesn't feel well because he's got allergies.
And I just didn't sleep well last night either, so.
What was on your mind?
Well, you know, yesterday was Mother's Day, of course, so, you know, I did a lot of things for that. On top of, you know, doing the packing and invoicing of the sale we did versus the one I did on Saturday, so.
Yeah.
I'm just a little exhausted from all that because I started at 6:15 yesterday morning, and then I couldn't sleep last night because I was just... You know how you have those days where you're so tired, but yet when you go to lay down or go to sleep, you just can't? That's what happened to me last night. And I went to bed at 3, and then I had to be up for work. I left the house at like maybe 9:15 because I'm only 5 minutes away. And then I worked an 8-hour shift and then came home and crashed.
Well, thank you for doing this. I'm going to answer a question. I keep saying I'm in the process of getting I don't have a P.O. box yet. I have the application to get one. I just haven't done it. But Melody asked me about that. But you can tell me more, or we can speak more about that in an email if you want. They say your hair looks nice, Vinny.
Thank you. I've been getting a lot of compliments on it. I think I'll start keeping it like this because I like it this way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't look so ratty. Not that I don't look ratty already, but.
I forgot to say Happy Mother's Day. I had a very nice dinner with my mother.
Is she back? Because I thought they were out of state or wintertime.
No. They're back.
Cool.
I had a very nice Mother's Day dinner with my mother and stepfather.
Very cool.
On Mother's Day. And I got to see them.
That's good. Yeah, I got my mom breakfast yesterday morning, and then we took her out to dinner last night. What glass company used the logo with SL in a circle? Got me.
I don't know. It's not ringing a bell. SL inside of a circle?
The mid-century. Oh, that lamp, that blue lamp. That's been down in my basement. It's been sitting on the shelf. I screenshot that from Instagram when I found it a few years ago.
Show them something, Vinny. I'm going to go and get a piece of that rolled up paper because they were asking me about that. And I want to tell you guys what that paper is.
Well, we could play Name That Celebrity with this lady head. Figure out who she's supposed to be.
Oh, I wouldn't be good at that.
Neither would I. Some of them I can tell. Some of them I just can't.
June Lockhart.
Oh, I love June Lockhart.
No, but is that who that is?
I have no idea. But she's in good shape. I mean, aside from her broken finger, but doesn't really look like that. Or look bad. No maker. But I like her design. Ann Southern, Betty Grable. I don't think Betty Davis. She's a little too put together for that. I got her in Virginia when I went out that way. I think she was like $9. I couldn't leave her. Even despite this broken finger, I didn't care. This to me is what's important. Just being able to see her and she's not broken in half.
Yeah. Let me grab my paper.
So I got her along with some other fun stuff from. I still have stuff from my Virginia trips. I feel like it's just easier if I do separate videos instead of doing a few big ones or like just a couple big videos. It's just easier, and plus that's more content for my channel. But this arrived in the mail was it Saturday? It was Saturday. Newest to my collection from 1909.
Let me get my other eyeglasses or I'm going to fall on the floor. Oh, I know. That is hot to try, Vinny.
I went to Winchester, Stevens City, I was about to say Aberdeen, Edinburgh, Strasbourg area. I think the furthest I went out was to, where's the Shenandoah Valley Flea? Out that way. Yeah, and this tray from 1909 is not exactly one that comes up on the market inexpensively. I paid, I think, $99 for it, which is the most I've ever invested in one of these. But this is just incredible. And for it to be in the condition it's in at 114, I'd say it's quite remarkable.
I hear you, and it is remarkable.
And well, there are certain attributes and certain characteristics that you can tell between the originals and the repros. Let's see if it'll show up. It's probably not going to, but in the tail of the C and Coca, there's a trademark. Sometimes they're dated, sometimes they're not. But this one says the HD Beach Company in Coshocton, Ohio. This one's got some rusting, but when I saw it listed on eBay, and I was like, "Oh, that's not a tip tray. I gotta have it."
All right, I promise I'm coming back. I'll be right with you.
Oh, did you really, Poppy?
Oh, here we go.
That's another part of Virginia I want to visit, is Front Royal. Trust me, I'm very lucky to live where I do, surrounded by PA, Maryland, West Virginia, Virginia. I've got 4 states that I basically can thrift my way through to see what I can find.
Now, ooh. Hi, Annie P. Listen, I want to tell you that I want to plug something. Let me think for a second. A week from tonight, I'll be doing a chit chat with Patrick, the trusty huckster. And then a week from tomorrow night, so next Tuesday night, we're doing a live sale. We'll be together in the same spot. And I'm going to show you 3 things I'm going to sell with Patrick, the trusty huckster. Don't worry, I'll put thumbnails and links and all that stuff. So make sure you're subscribed to the Old Curiosity Shop so you don't miss. Next Tuesday night is the live sale. And here are 3 things I'm going to be selling. One is an Edwardian era sterling silver bookmark that might be coming up a little on the blurry side, and I hate that it does. It's a bouquet of roses, and it is marked sterling. I didn't polish it. I don't like to polish things. I let people decide. Well, I do, but I let people decide. So really pretty Edwardian era sterling silver bookmark. Next Tuesday night. Also, what I would call Edwardian era is this wonderful mahogany. Well, is this walnut? This is mahogany. It's a mahogany humidor. Probably dates to about 1915, 1912, something like that. And it has a porcelain interior. This is a nice one. It's small, but it's a beautiful box. Look at the top of that. This is next Tuesday night. It's beautiful mahogany humidor for tobacco. And look at the porcelain interior on that. Next Tuesday night. I keep saying that. And finally, next Tuesday night, you can bid on this gal. And I guess she's got uranium. I haven't tried. I guess I could turn my light on, but now she's not a flower frog because there are no holes here. There's no place to put flowers, but she was meant to go inside of a console bowl, and she's hollow on the inside. The bowl itself would have had a little stump that stood up that would accommodate that she would sit down on. So she would sit in a flower bowl. And she's not American. She's actually made in England. Can you see her, Vinny?
Yeah, I love her.
I guess
Wordsmith was asking about the green dragon in Ephrata.
that's cool. And so I'm going to sell her next Tuesday night. Yeah. And I think she's standing on, she's got a drape down here and she's standing on sort of like Art Deco rocks. I think my favorite part is that the negative space in between her elbow, her arm, and her head, they left the glass in there. Like it's, see? It's solid glass in there. Isn't that funny?
Yeah, that's strange. You would think it would be, you could stick your finger through there.
People think that Vinny is ignoring you. He's talking to you on his cell phone. He's in the comments, but that's what he's doing. I have to say that, Vinny. You know that I have to say that because people want to know what you're doing.
Right.
And sometimes
people get ignorant.
Yeah, but you didn't tell. It kind of looks like, why is he on his cell phone? But that's what he's doing. He's answering comments. This is what she looks. So she does glow.
Wow.
Yeah, I've got these bright lights. It's hard for you to see. So Um, but that's what Vinny's doing. He's answering your comments. Oh, she's beautiful, and she glows beautifully. As I said, she's made in England. She's not American. And I'm selling her because I'm keeping. I don't want a collection of these, but I'm keeping the big Cambridge girl that I got, the 12-inch Cambridge girl, the draped lady Cambridge, and she's frosted. So I decided I've had this one for a couple of years. It's time to let her have a new life. So next Tuesday night, give me 24 hours and I'll get the things up so you guys can click the thumbnail and you won't miss it. Vinny, when is your next sale?
I have a sale Thursday with Lynn from Halen Vintage, and then I have my regularly scheduled sale on Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern.
Okay, and tell the folks how they can find you.
You can find me here on YouTube, or you can find me on Instagram. I haven't really been as active on there as I should be, but what are you going to do?
The question is who made it. It simply says made in England. And I don't know my English glass companies. Bagley, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. So
Bag Lady?
Huh?
Bag Lady?
Bagley. There's an English glass company called Bagley.
I know. I was just messing with you.
Oh. So, but I don't know that she's Bagley. I just know that she's made in England. She's an English piece. So she could be
an English piece of art.
She's wonderful, and she's in excellent condition, and she could be yours next Tuesday night. Now, people were asking me about these rolled up pieces of paper, and everyone was close, but technically nobody got it. I was surprised.
Scott or Philip says she looks more Flemish.
Well,
but it says England. It's marked made in England.
Made in England. You see it right there? Made in England. So it's marked right there on the bottom of it. Put her back down. You guys were everybody was so. No, it is not contact paper. Let me let you see it up close. You guys were so close. This is just one piece of it. Oh, you're referring to her lack of clothes. Yeah.
It looks kind of silvery metallic a little bit.
I got you, Philip. You're right. You know, those French girls. Vinny, did you give Scott the top hat deco man match? No, he did not.
You talking about this thing? No, it's with me.
No, he didn't. See? It's not wallpaper or shelf liner, but Karen. Hey, Karen. You're knocking on the door. Where's the snake plant? Look up, look up, look up. And what do you see when you're lying on your bed and you look up? You look at the what?
Ceiling?
That's right. This is ceiling paper.
Ceiling paper.
That's right. And ceiling paper, yeah, so technically not wallpaper, but as we know, in the and I'm going to show you a label in a minute. We see ceiling paper all through the Victorian era, and oh my gosh, how wild that ceiling paper was. The great big borders that could be a foot in depth, right? And wild ceiling papers. We didn't really get white paint. When was white paint first available? Sometime in the 40s or 50s, like pure white paint. And it was still the custom in the 1920s and 30s and even into the 40s, but it was going out of style to have to paper your ceilings.
Talk about outdated. I've never heard of such a thing.
The ceiling papers?
Heck no. No one does it anymore.
No, it stopped after the war. I mean, after you don't see ceiling paper from the 1950s on. You just don't see it, basically. But it was commonplace for ceilings to be papered. My house, in my bedrooms, when I was doing pulling light fixtures down, I can see the original ceiling paper. It's all been painted, but under the light fixtures and even in the closets, I still have the old ceiling paper that was put up when this house was built. And so I've got all of these rolls of this paper, and it could be mottled. It could be speckled. It could be stippled. And it was sometimes it was textured, but that's what it is. And so here we have a beautiful blue. In fact, I can tell you what this piece is because the label fell off. This is just called Shell Crest Blue. And this is August of 1932. Now, I want you to see the tag. These are the tags that came off.
Oh, wow.
And so we've got the date of 1932. These are samples. And so this is from the P.F. Kellogg Company, which was a division of the United States Envelope Company. So it's a they made envelopes and other types of parchment paper, but they were also in the business of making sealing papers. So every piece that I have is a sample big enough for the homeowners to decide which they wanted for their ceiling. And this piece here, as I said, is all of these are from 1932. And this one is called Shell Crest.
Night, Philip.
Blue. Now I've got one more piece to show you, but I have all of these rolls. Oh my gosh, when I discovered these in the basement of that house, I have to tell you the story. Look at this one. This one is called Glacier Buff. Again, 1932. And this one has kind of a Deco pattern to it. Can you see that?
Oh, I like that.
It's sort of a pearlescent, and this would be on the ceiling. Look at that. There's the old label on it from 1932, and I love the pattern on this one. See that shiny sort of pearlescent look to it? Now, I know some of you are old enough to remember ceiling papers on the wall at your grandparents' house. By the time we get into the 30s, the difference is that the ceiling papers they're not as busy as wallpaper would be. You know, you don't have bold patterns. The colors are soft and muted in most cases. I love this one. Anyway, I found all of these.
Popcorn ceilings are the worst.
Pardon?
Popcorn ceilings are the worst.
Would they ceiling paper and still wallpaper the walls? Oh yeah. You could have your ceiling papers did not have to match the wallpaper. The walls could be painted. They could have wallpaper. And the ceiling paper was not the same as what was on the walls. So softer colors, nothing bold, some texture, a little bit of stippling or modeling, but nothing wild. You go back and look at the ceiling papers in the Victorian era. Woo! I mean, they're very busy. Anyway, enough about that. I could ramble on, but I won't ramble. I don't want to keep Vinny up too late. Vinny, you can go. I mean, I don't mean you can go. I meant don't hang in just because I'm making you.
You're not making me.
I know, but I just want you to know that it gets late and you can, was the other, no, none of them are fabrics. Every roll, none of it was fabric. It's all paper. And I was at the estate sale. All of these pieces of ceiling paper were rolled up. Nobody, I mean, people were running around. So when I finally went up, the man said, "What is that?" And I told him what it was. He said, "Well, just give me $1." I paid $1 and I got all of these samples. I probably have about 15 samples of original 1932 ceiling paper.
Wow.
And I have an idea what I'm going to do with it, but I don't want to talk about it now because it would take too long.
Was your favorite bowl there at this sale?
What's what?
Was your favorite bowl set that we see everywhere at that sale?
It was in the basement.
Oh, Lord. Good Lord.
With a centipede under it. Good night, Sandra.
Night, Karen.
Yeah. So as I said, I do have an idea of what I'm going to do with these papers, but we're going to talk about that some other time. All right, Vinny, let's call it a night.
All righty.
So I want to thank everyone once again for joining us tonight and sticking around for the little chit chat that we sometimes do. I'll have some more videos this week. And then don't forget, I'll see you live Monday night and Tuesday night of next week for a joint live sale with Patrick the Trusty Huckster. Thank you for helping out, Vinny. And
you're welcome.
Everyone for being here. That's it. Good night, all, and thank you so much. Wait for the cat. Can I have